Live and alert on the north side of the dirt. It is your man D Real coming at you with another Be Real with D Real, where edutainment is what I do. Quick question. Do y'all remember that video where I said after I did my op-ed on Maegan Hall, I wasn't going to say anything else about her unless something pretty interesting or amazing happened, right? Okay. Well, something happened, and we're gonna cover it today on Be Real with D Real. But before we do, I need y'all to do what you always do for me. Comment, like, subscribe, and share the Be Real with D Real page so that when new material comes out, you get first crack at it. If you're digging what a brother shoveling, put some dirt in my bucket. Comment, like, subscribe, and share the page. All right. Maegan Hall. Let's get to it. Bird, Tennessee cop Maegan Hall, say she was sexually groomed in a lawsuit. Was she sexually groomed in a lawsuit or a lawsuit? Never mind, I'm joking. Okay. The Tennessee cop fired over numerous sexual romps with other officers' claims in a new federal lawsuit that superiors in her department sexually groomed her for the risque escapades. Maegan Hall, 26, who blamed a troubled marriage for her randy affairs, claimed she felt trapped and exploited in the midst of the all-male ranks of the LaVergne, however that's pronounced, LaVergne, I'm going to say LaVergne, Police Department, according to her 51-page federal complaint filed Monday, where Ms. Hall sought role models at her new job. She found instead predators, the lawsuit says. In place of offering professional development, her supervisors and the chief of police groomed her for sexual exploitation. I'm aware of this picture right here. Good grief. They colluded in using their authority to systematically disarm her resistance and entrap her in degrading and abusive sexual relationships, even sharing tips on the best ways to manipulate and exploit her. The suit claims Hall, who had a history of mental illness, felt trapped, and in an attempt to escape, she nearly killed herself. That's Miss Maegan Hall right there in the city of LaVergne police officer. There you go. Yeah. 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 Hall was fired in January after word of the steamy sexcapades with 5 other cops became public, with those officers also terminated from the department. In an interview during an internal investigation, the young cop admitted she performed sex acts on duty and on police property and had a threesome with one cop and his wife. In an interview during an internal investigation, the young cop admitted she performed sex acts on duty and on police property and had a threesome with one cop and his wife. Okay. Hall told the investigator she got stupid and got desperate in the midst of a divorce. Okay. In her federal lawsuit, Hall, who was 24 when she first applied for the job in 2020, claims she first became sexually involved with Sergeant Lewis Powell early last year. That is Sergeant Lewis Powell, for those of you that did not know, or former Sergeant Lewis Powell. Let's go down here, right here. Well, up here. Sergeant Powell persisted in requests for sex despite Ms. Hall's resistance, it said. Eventually, Ms. Hall gave in to Sergeant Powell's request for sexual favors. When she tried to break off the affair, Powell threatened to kill himself. Okay. This article goes on to talk about all the people she had sex with. And depending on what article you look at, there's her and Jedediah and happier times, I imagine. Yeah, that's a Picture of the happy couple. Um, Police Chief Davis was also fired. Hall claims the chief encouraged this behavior and shared in the pornography and sexual fantasy of mutually abusing Ms. Hall with his trusted supervisor, Ty McGowan. Okay, all right, okay, all right, let's get real. Okay, now, this lawsuit alleges that she was abused, but yet she herself describes one of those interactions or the interaction with Sergeant Powell as an affair. That's the word that's used throughout that article, affair. Sexcapades and affair. One can be abused in an affair, but an affair in and of itself is not abuse. Am I right or am I wrong? If I got some law people out there that's rocking with me, tell me. Okay, in certain states, I am aware that infidelity is against the law, and in some cases it should be. But in LaVergne, was it Tennessee? I don't know what the law is, but again, having an affair is an entirely different thing than abusing someone. And a relationship can be abusive. An affair can be abusive, you know. But this, I guess what I'm getting at is this. This lawsuit sounds retaliatory. I am still of the mind, if y'all saw my last video about this, I am still of the mind that Maegan Hall needs to get some kind of assistance, some kind of help for the mental issues, because she's acting out by being hyper promiscuous, or whatever's going on with her was causing her to be hyper promiscuous. Okay, I am not ready to speak on whether or not she's a hot or a slut or a freak. Got a different dude every day of the week. I can't speak to that as much as people want me to. Just water here. Let's go water. As much as people want me to speak to this woman's level of promiscuity or what kind of person she is, I cannot come out and say Maegan Hall a hoe, or Maegan Hall a slut, or Maegan Hall, whether she is or she isn't. I mean, the fact remains she's promiscuous. Promiscuous is a term used to describe somebody who's very sexually active, not an insult or a knock or anything like that. Promiscuous. Okay. Whether that promiscuity is the result of abuse, mental stress, or the desire to just be boned by a certain demographic of people, I can't speak to that either, but all I can say is that's what's out there. That's what's out there. Bottom line, cut through all the BS. It's a combination of or all three of those things. Do I think she got abused in the true sense of the word? Yeah. Do I think the abuse is what caused the mental breakdown? No. So can one be responsible for the other? Yeah. Is one responsible for the other? There are people who have mental breakdowns or have mental issues and do not become promiscuous. There are people who have mental breakdowns and mental issues who become homicidal. There are people who have mental breakdowns and issues of that nature and become suicidal. That's the way hers manifested. Do we fault someone with a mental issue for murdering someone? Yeah. Yeah, we do. Now, if someone with a mental issue becomes hyper promiscuous, is that abuse? You know what? I think that question has to be answered in a court of law. And if the police have a damn good lawyer, which I think they will, it will certainly be interesting to find out. But my gut, deep down in my gut, tell me it's some old retaliatory clapback stuff. You know what I'm saying? Maegan Hall, I don't feel has been abused so much as she was taken advantage of. If that's different, I don't know. You know, someone saw what she was and said, "This is what I'm gonna do to her." That's literally the textbook definition of abuse, huh? Yeah, okay. Then yeah, damned by my own words. Okay, abuse it is then. All right. It's just when you hear the word abuse, so many twisted, crazy things come to mind. Abused. Let's keep that in mind. Abused, not molested, not raped, not sexually assaulted. Okay? Because to me, a lot of that sex sounds highly consensual. That sex sounds super consensual that she had. So let's call it what it is. You know what I mean? It's you had sex with somebody who was mentally unstable. That's kind of what seems like that's what happened. Whether or not all of them knew that they was having sex with somebody who was mentally unstable, I don't know. But it will be interesting to see if her legal team comes at them the right way. You know what I mean? Not just, don't use your white tears to drive the narrative. You know what I mean? Because that's always what seems to happen. And I'm not making belittling the situation or saying, the K broad is doing this, that, and the other. No, I'm saying if justice is what you want, move like you want justice. If sympathy is what you want, ain't no need to go to court for that, because there are already a lot of people who sympathize with your situation. It's not sympathy you want justice. So that's why I say the white tears shouldn't be involved if that is what you are going for, Maegan Hall. I only hope that in diving into this and attempting to preserve your besmirched honor, you don't open up a deeper rabbit hole, and already being, a little unstable or, showing signs of unstable behavior. Do you really want to rock that boat? Yeah, I mean, but, justice will be served in one way or another. That's it for now. But fret not, I will be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good. Be good, each other.